Hello. Oh, just scared G by saying that. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing good. Give me a G. She's crawling around the desk. She's So let me mute myself. I think I just added myself after I'd been speaking, so I'm gonna start again. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing good. Sorry there. G was causing a ruckus, and it told me I was live, but I don't think I was because I just saw it only turn on now. But yes, the first thing to say is if you guys, you shouldn't because I have a filter on this microphone and this microphone's really good at like blocking out anything that's outside of like this bubble. But if you hear motorbikes, there is absolutely nothing I can do about it because for the next week, that's all I hear in my dreams, in my waking life. Zoom, 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 because it's the TT. It was practice week last week, and then today was like the first real day of the races. I went to my friend's house because she was having a party, and she lives on the course, and it's crazy. Like they go like, I think the average lap is like 120 miles an hour. So it's so loud, but you shouldn't hear it, but I can hear it out the window. So if in case you hear anything weird, that's what it is. But there's also stuff to discuss because finally, we are getting season 3 info stuff. And there's been some pictures. So I'm sure that most people that are at the live probably follow my social media because I always think of like the people who come to the lives are usually, people who are the best. So you guys are mostly following along too. So we can look at some of the stuff. But I did just see that Donald Faison just posted on Instagram. I'll pull it up and show you. I put it in my stories, which I don't know whether I can see on here. I'll send it to my what? Oh, I think I just got one of those scammer texts. Let me put the Donald thing up. Yeah, because I put it in my. Oh, we can look on his Instagram, can't we? Switch my brain on would be a good one. Okay, where's the share screen? Why is my computer doing this? So he just posted this like 2 hours ago and also day 2. So it could literally be because everyone has different start days for filming, right? So last week okay, so this week technically Monday. Well, no, last week, yeah, was them doing all the prep. So they're literally like putting together all the cameras. Um, the cast was in there for costume fittings, and they're doing like other stuff like lighting tests and like, sets and everything like that. And it's also the last week of the writer's room. So there's still obviously writing going on, but it's the last time that like they're all sitting in that room together. And because that like that last year and like the year before, there's always a different day. So like Leisha could have started yesterday, and Kate could start on Tuesday, and Seppi could start on Wednesday. It just depends how the order of filming is. But Jennifer and Kate and Leisha did post that picture yesterday. So I would hazard a guess either that's them having the end of like costume fitting and all that stuff, or it was their first day on set, or it could have been them coming in to have like a final read through, a final sign off on stuff, because I'm sure they would be in meetings that necessarily the rest of the cast wouldn't. So they could be in like a final um thing with the executives at Showtime, because I think I said this last week maybe, or the week before, when they did the Zoom read through of episodes 1 and 2 with the Showtime executives, because they have a lot, and I say this all the time, they have a lot more say than you would think. So they could have, when they did that read through with episodes 1 and 2, they could have asked for a few things tweaked. They could have asked for, oh, we don't really like, these couple of lines, can you change them out? So there could have been something like that going on. Or it just literally could have been the first day that they're back on set. Would be surprising if the three, like one of the first scenes back was the three of them, but it totally could be. And I don't know what other project Donald would be working on, because I know he was on Legends of Tomorrow was like the recent project that I saw him in. Um and he does do that. I'm just looking him up on IMDb to see if he has anything else in production. Powerpuff TV series. Is that the Powerpuff Girls? Is that what that is? Is that real people or cartoons? Oh, it's real people. Hmm. So I won't. Oh, well, that looks like it's. Hmm. Because the other two things that he's in are in post production. So it's either the L Word or Powerpuff Girls. I'm just reading what you got to say. Um, no, Robin said, "Are you saying that they've written every single episode?" No, 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 no. They won't have written every single episode, but they'll have. So when they obviously they've done episodes 1 and 2, like to the complete finishing point, but they'll probably have done up to about episode 5. It might be going through like a review process episode 5, but between now and the next couple of months, they'll be working on the second half of the season. So usually they'll be doing a Zoom. Oh, well, they might move it to in person by this stage, but whenever they're doing like the read through of the finale, it's usually when they're filming like, the start of episode 9. So it's because it does take like multiple rounds of going through things, but everyone will know now what episodes they're working on and stuff. And the thing is, because usually the showrunner does like the pilot and the finale, and then last year Marja did episodes 1, 2. Did she do 3 as well? She did like a couple, so like that can also cause like a bit of a delay, because if you're working on, if they're filming the pilot right now, and say Marja's, I'm assuming she's wrote it, the pilot, and she could have done episode 2. It's like when Sandra, when Chris and Jess and I interviewed her, and she was explaining like why they have two cinematographers, because they do like odd and even number of episodes, because someone is constantly like, if you're the writer on episode 3, you need to start working on it, getting the sets, getting everything sorted like the week before when they're working on episode 2. And then when they've moved on to episode 4, you're still working on episode 3 with the editor and like, making sure that you have everything. If you have to go to ADR because, the mics didn't pick up a word and you have to call them back in to do the voice on, a line that was missed or something. So even though like they'll have moved on in the process of filming an episode, you could still be working on the episode before and getting ready, or you can still be working on the episode after in like the edit and stuff like that. So that's why the timelines always get a bit all over the place with the writers and stuff, and they do need this leeway, because when some of them are working on different episodes, they need a bit more like breathing room. Because Catriel Kindred, I think that's how you say her last name, is directing the pilot. Not the pilot. Is directing episode 1. And last season she did the karaoke episode. And Marja actually said this when I interviewed her, that Catriel was the writer's assistant in season 1. And I think that she has either a really good relationship with Showtime, or she has some sort of contract with them, because last year she also directed episodes of The Shy. And then I think that she's done one this season too. So I wonder if since she's doing the pilot, like that's the pilot episode 1, that's a pretty big deal, because Marja's directed the premieres both season 1 and 2. But I mean, that's quite nice because, like I said, Catriel was like the writer's assistant, and then she's gone to like directing. Probably, the karaoke episode was definitely, I think, the best rated, best reviewed last season, and then now she's doing the premiere for season 3. That's pretty nice. I'm just reading what you guys say. So what else? What else was other stuff? Um mm, I'm trying to I put some stuff on here. There's something else that I wrote some notes in here. One sec. Oh yeah. So I said this it's got to be a few weeks ago now. It's probably more like a month and a half ago. Remember, I was saying that I thought that there was a new cinematographer, and there is, and it was the person that it must have been my live like 3 or 4 weeks ago, where we went on IMDb, and the guy's name is Danny Grunes. He's worked previously on projects with Marja. I think he worked on that Four-Faced Liar. And Moira is coming back again. She was the one of the cinematographers last season, and it doesn't look like Sandra's coming back this season. I think she has another job, because I obviously, like, I still follow her on social media, and she was posting stuff. So Danny and Moira will do what they've done last season, where one of them takes like the odd number of episodes and the other one takes the even numbers. Definitely not in August. The release date, I would say what we're thinking is more towards the end of the year because they won't even be finished with filming in August. They I would say like a conservative estimate would be November that they'd probably get done with filming. Maybe at like the absolute earliest would be the end of October. But if you look back to the first like the actual first season of Gen Q, they went back to filming that like mid-July and they wrapped like the 7th of November or something. But you got to remember in season 1 there was only 8 episodes. So they need, they usually take like 3.5 weeks to do an episode. So I think it's and they're starting a bit earlier. Obviously they're starting in June. So I think we're looking much more likely November. And I am estimating that I would think the premiere would be, you know, about the time that Dexter and Yellow Jackets came out last year. So they won't put anything after December 11th, 12th. They never put anything past those dates because it gets into Christmas and all that stuff. And people know that people are away or busy and stuff, and they never like to premiere stuff too late. But I would definitely look at the premiere like from probably the first or second week in November through to the 11th is where of December is where they'll probably fall. It sucks that we have to wait that long. But I'm really excited for filming to start, and I'm really happy that some of the people from last season are back like on the crew because some of them are really good to us and like post lots of pictures, and it definitely wouldn't be as fun without them because I mean, I've said this a few times, but sometimes I don't know whether anyone on the cast knows how the phone works. They just don't they don't post very much. Ari Mandi's pretty good. She's I think she has a really good balance of social media presence because she posts enough that like you're interested and you like you feel like it's her posting and things like that, but she doesn't go, you know those people that like they post every 5 minutes and it's over the top. um but I think she's probably the one that does the best job with social media out of the all of them. So yeah, it's going to be interesting what happens with Donald, Vanessa, Rosie, like, because they haven't said anything. Like, I know that Rosie has confirmed that she's back, but I just think it's kind of odd that they haven't said either way because there's no way that they can expect to keep it a secret until, they the episodes air, but there's no way, that would happen anyway. They it would never happen that they'd be able to keep it under wraps about all of them. But it's not really like a surprise because I feel like no matter what happens with any of those people and any of those relationships, like the 3 of them have to come back to wrap it up. Otherwise, it would fall into, like, original L Word territory where, people just disappear into the wilderness and are never seen from again, so, yeah. The subtitles, because I'm live, the subtitles can't they can't keep up with me right now, so once the live ends, if you come back in like 2 hours, the subtitles would be on then, but it's because I'm literally like, speaking right now that it takes it like an hour or two to catch up. I don't think the Yellow Jackets will affect it because they can always do what they did in season 2 with the L word because they might actually do this too, is where they start it on a little bit earlier and then they switch over. So say Gen Q starts, I don't know, like the second week in November, and Yellow Jackets might not be ready until the second week in December, that they can just I think that they'll be very flexible because they've pretty much shown now that the L Word is very much like a streaming show, so I don't think they really care too much about when they put it airing. It'll be more about when they release it on streaming. But I think it'd be cool if they paired the L Word and, Yellow Jackets together. Okay, what do we want the poll to be? Mm, okay, I have one. Tryna I think maybe I've done something similar to this before, but okay, so who do you want to see in season 3 from the OG? Yeah, I would really like to know, what happened with Tasha and even, like, Helena, like, why these people were, like, best friends, and like, we know that Helena's still friends with them all because the first season, like, she'd text Shane or something, but I just find it weird that, like, they don't come up or no one talks about them, and I know, like, when Marja was on Pants, she was saying that, like, stuff like Jenny and things are kind of closed out, but this is just my thing anyway. I feel like this last season, there was a lot of mentions of Dana, and so say they mentioned Dana, like, 6 times, I would have preferred maybe if they mentioned her, like, 3 times because we know it was, like, a big thing with Alice with Alice's, book and all that, but I would have liked, like a Tasha, even just, like, a line or 2 explaining what happened or the poll's still there for me. Oh, but why did it end? Oh, that's weird. Okay, hang on, let me do it again. I don't know what happened there. That's weird. Trying to remember what fighting us. Okay. Okay, it's there now. I don't know. Sorry, anyone who voted, but I don't know what happened to it. It's being Being weird. Oh, bye, Brittany. Yeah, there's and that's the thing, like, there's a lot of people that they're not, you know, they're not too busy, and, the only person that I'm pretty sure that they well, actually, no, because she said she'd do it, like, they would probably have problems getting Sarah Shahi now because she's really busy and, like, booked up. She's in that Netflix show, but also, I'm telling you, when that Black Adam movie comes out, like, she will she'll be really, really, like, booked solid, and her rates will also go up. But she said loads of times that she would she would do it for because it's the L Word, and I think that was, like, her first, like, really big, like, regular on a series job, so and a lot of people too will do it because it's the L Word, like, especially that's why I always say, like, you could probably get someone like Sarah Paulson, even though, they're probably way too, like, well known and, like, expensive for a show like this, but I bet you just because it's the L Word, someone like Sarah Paulson would do it, especially if she got to work with Holland Taylor and they could be in it together. But yeah, I'm sure, this past, season with them I'm just gonna say this. I feel as though when they had a big, big clear out of the writers from the past seasons, like, there is pretty much no one apart from Marja, Melody, and Ali. There's, like, the 3 of them that are holdovers from the previous season. Everyone else is really new, and, like, a lot of them are this is their first, like, writing job or not writing job, but, like, a lot of them have come out of school or come out of, like, some training thing or being a writer's assistant, like, one of the new writers was an assistant to Liz Feldman on Dead to Me, which I absolutely love that show, and Liz Feldman is really great. So, I think that Showtime probably, you know, took a lot they're not gonna take everything that everyone says on board because if you if you're trying to run a show like that, like, it's never gonna work because no matter what, like, if they do something that I say, "Oh, I wanna see this, this, and this." Well, someone else could, like, hate those ideas, and I've even found this on the tiniest minuscule of minuscule scales that I do stuff because in the very beginning, like, when I had my channel, I was trying to, like, please everyone and, was, like, worried about people saying like, "Oh, they didn't like this, or they didn't like me, or they didn't like something I was doing, or my videos, or whatever." And I just learned like you can't do that because there's always going to be someone who doesn't like you. There's always going to be someone who doesn't like your work or whatever you're doing. So if you're just constantly trying to please other people, it's never going to work. And then you're not being like authentic to yourself. And if they try and do that with the show, if they're just but they're going to take some things on board, and they're going to take, you know I know we joke about the timeline, but surely there's gonna be a timeline this season. Like, surely that was that was some feedback of, "Well, there's 2 Fridays in one episode in, Danny and Sophie's wedding." So, I think that oh, bye, Christine, that they'll, have taken constructive criticism on board because of course there's those people too that are just they're never going to be happy no matter what they do with the show. They're never going to be happy. So they're going to take constructive criticism, and I'm sure that we'll get some things we want this season. I hope that there's because like a lot of the things in season 2 that that I was like, okay, where are we going with this? Like someone was talking about this the other day on I think it was on Twitter. I can't remember where I saw it, but Bet's mom, like the stuff in episode 5, like I swear I thought that was like towards the end of the season there was going to be something come up, like Bet was going to find out like her mom is alive. And this other stuff, we've talked about this in my patron because my patron, we basically like once or twice a month we do like I do it on this on the software that I'm using to stream right now, but it's like a Zoom, so we all like chat basically just about the L word together. And we were talking about the poker stuff and how in the earlier parts of the season, like I really thought that was going somewhere and that the story was going to be like, over the course of the season. And when I'm really thinking about rewatching some episodes of season 2 and doing like some videos on them because it's just so different watching it knowing the way the season ends because I did give a lot of leeway because I was like, "Oh, they're going somewhere with this." But there's so much stuff in the early parts of season 2 that it frustrates me a little bit because I think all those like the poker stuff and then, these other things that just didn't go anywhere, they could have used that time for like stuff that we really wanted to see or to beef up like they had that thing with Bet's mom in episode 5. Well, they could have like laid some groundwork for it in the earlier episodes. And I also think that like I absolutely loved like Bet and Gigi, and I love Danny and Gigi, but I feel as though maybe the Bet and Gigi thing could have been like, we could have just had like episode 2 or something with that really hot scene and then gone into Danny and Gigi because I feel like Danny and Gigi, they just really didn't get any time in season 2. And I know that they didn't realize like that people were going to respond so much to them, but I just hope that we get a lot more of them in season 3 because surely they will after they've been so popular. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Rosanna, that there just was there was a lot. And that I feel like shows do that a lot, like not just the L Word, like loads of shows, that they just make stuff like overly complicated when like it's pretty I think also like we're not really super complicated. Like you're making a well, you're making an LGBTQ show that's predominantly lesbians. And it's not like we're spoiled for choice by lesbian stuff because they're literally just there's bits here and there like there's a couple on Station 19, there's a couple on Grey's Anatomy or or NCIS or all these other shows, but by just making like a really good lesbian show, like, you would keep people really happy. Like, it doesn't need to be some, poker mastermind and all the other stuff going on, but it's, I guess that they want, they wanna make it or try and grab in some mainstream audience or something. It's just an odd one. Yeah, like, kinda what you guys were saying there, like, I feel as though that sometimes the answer is, like, right there for what would make people, you know, be more into the show or more people come back to it or what, but the stuff with, like, the OGs, like, I've talked about this before, but there was some scenes of Alice and Shane that were cut from episodes, and it's like, those scenes are so few anyway, and you cut them, and it's like, I don't know, sometimes there's just odd choices made with, like, there's so many new characters and, like, a lot of them who are not even I'm not talking like, Danny and Gigi and Sophie and all that, like, they're bringing in more characters when most people would say that they're watching the show for, like, the OGs or the OG scenes, and I just wish that we would get a bit more of that, like, because, I mean, while the exception being Danny and Gigi, like, I really, really do like them, and I put them on par with, like, I'm as interested in them as, like, Alice, Shane, all that stuff, but I just wish that I don't even know how to, like, put this, but, like, I w I would just prefer if we just got more, like, stuff with the OG because I feel like they just get, like, sprinkled in sometimes, and it's like, why would you not put them at the center when it's the majority of people that do see it that way? Buffering? No, mine's, like, crystal clear. Oh, okay, it was must've been, like, a blip. Yeah, I hope that, yeah, because I have 2 now I have, like, through or I have 2 and I have another one downstairs to, like, make the and I pay for more expensive internet to make it all be crystal clear. Because oh my god, where I lived before was awful. But yeah, it's just I don't I guess it's just like most people, like, Bet, Alice, and Shane are, like, the most popular characters. Danny and Gigi, I think, are in the realm with them too, and I do really I really like Finley too, and, I like the new people on the show too, and I do like some of the storylines that are not just, Danny and Gigi, but, like, I like Nat, and is Nat coming back? Like, what's going on there? But I think that they're so worried about, like, including all the other people that they're not focusing on the OGs enough. Yeah, and I don't know why, that was a good point, too, Joanne, that last season, the episodes were, like, 4 like, early episodes were, like, really short, and it's just odd why you would do that, especially on a channel like Showtime where you're not really restricted like the networks are with ads and things. Oh my god, yeah, Stranger Things, Jesus. Their episodes, some of them are like an hour and a half, and then I read that when the second part of this season comes out, there's one of them that's like 2.5 hours. Oh, well, what Kate was saying is what I've been saying for, like I think I've been I think I've been saying this since I started my channel, that networks and this is a you can go back and see it in all my other lives because this is why I also love doing the lives because it is literally proof. And it just sits there exactly what I said. But what Kate was saying was that network shows you used to if you made it past a second season, usually you were pretty safe for 5 seasons because it's very, very, very rare to be cancelled after a second season because and that's why you'll see a lot of shows dropped after 1 season, after 2, and then it's usually after 5 that it gets pushed back or cancelled because it's normally worth it for the network to make another 3 seasons because then the show has enough episodes that they can sell it for syndication, they can do all of the DVDs, they can sell it to Netflix and stuff like that for streaming. So, but that was quite since like the 80s, that was the deal. Think about all those shows like Married to Children, Friends, Full House, how popular they were after they'd aired, like people still watch those shows now. And even the Friends cast, they still make something like insane, like 20 million a year just from syndication. And there's tons of shows like that that they're still making loads of money off them when they've been done. Like I used to work a lot with the cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and there's people in the main cast of that show who were series regulars, and now that show ended 2003. Yeah, 2003, and still those cast members get checks for like 200,000 every, like maybe like 2 or 3 times a year off syndication rights and DVDs and merch and all that stuff. So w that's also a huge value in all those shows. But now, because of streaming, you would kinda think actually that it would be the other way around, like, now you would get more seasons because streaming is such a big thing, because before, I don't know, if you were on Buffy or Friends or something, and your show got sold to syndication, it would be on like TBS or TNT. Like those Charmed people probably make a fortune off TNT or video or DVD. This is before like streaming and Netflix, but now they actually cancel shows earlier because Netflix and all these other streaming services have found that people normally stop watching a show at the 3rd season. So now they're like, why would we make a show longer than 3 seasons? Because people stop watching. So now shows generally only get 3 seasons if they're not, pulling their weight. But there's still if they're still pulling in a decent amount of viewers, they still will, make the show because Showtime is a little bit different too because it's, not quite streaming, but it's not network TV, like, they're in a bit of a weird zone that's a little bit different because they're not beholden to, like, a lot of the things network TV is stuck with. And also, like, all the Showtime shows, they sell them to other countries and DVDs, and also Showtime themselves get to put them on their streaming service and their, Showtime on demand or whatever it's called. Oh, yeah, that's true, Rosanna, that, I'm sure a lot of people listened to Pants this week. That's where that conversation came from. But, yeah, I did, they were talking about Ellen being over this week, and Leisha was saying that she was in the episode of Ellen where she came out because she was dating, Katie Lang at the time, and Leisha was like an extra in that scene. But, the, they said that, the cast hadn't really been featured on Ellen's show. The only time I ever remember seeing any of them is for the first season of Gen Q when, Jennifer Beals was on, and it was a bit odd, but yeah, I've never seen any sort of mention about the L Word or Ellen or anything. Yeah, I haven't watched that First Ladies show. I want to. Oh yeah, the Fall was set and filmed where I'm from in Belfast. Not a great thing to be known for, the killer, but yeah. Yeah, it was weird that interview, with Jennifer Beals and Ellen. It was an odd one. But, what else was I gonna say? Mm, yeah, well, I'm really looking forward to speculating wildly about what's going on with filming. Yeah, they did mention the new costume designers too, on Pounce this week or last week, one of the two. And, I think it's gonna be good. I do really enjoy when, like, the filming is going on because it is, like, fun to, when we find the pictures and, like, speculate about stuff. And last season, whenever we got, like, someone put one of the crew posted that video that we could see just, like, the corner, and we knew that I was like, "Oh," we figured out that it was Leo Shang's stand-in. So we were like, "Oh, he's in the wedding, so, whose wedding is it gonna be?" And blah, blah, because we definitely didn't think that it was gonna be Danny and Sophie's wedding, like, so quick, you know? And then it was all, like, thrown around too because of the filming with, they were filming stuff in, like, a weird order because of like, they were doing everything at each location. No, I need some, has anyone got any good show recommendations? I'm almost finished Stranger Things. Bye, Helen. Um, yeah. Oh my gosh, there was so many things though, what Nicole said there about trying to make something out of nothing. There was so many things last season that literally, like, someone would be one of the crew would like take a picture of someone like holding a coffee cup, and it would be like, someone would send it to me and like have spun this whole wild story about, I don't know, someone had bought a coffee company based on this. Oh yeah, Hacks is so good, isn't it? Oh my gosh, it's so good. If you haven't watched it, definitely watch it. And it's so funny because I think episode 4, they go on a lesbian cruise, and they even mention the L word in that episode. I put it in the lesbian news that week. But yeah, it's really good. There's two lead characters. One's Jean Smart. She's like a stand-up comedian in Vegas. And then like the other lead is Hannah, who she's like a young bisexual writer, and she like makes this really awful joke on Twitter and gets like cancelled for it. So she like loses her job and stuff, and she has to go and write for Jean Smart's character, and it's just so good. It's really good. Like, I think it's one of the best written shows on TV at the moment. But the second season just ended, so check it out it's on HBO. What else have I been watching? Yeah, I'm almost finished Stranger Things. Oh, The Boys came out yesterday. I really liked that show. The first 3 episodes of season 3 were released yesterday, and there was even some gay in it. But it's a really it's quite a graphic show, so if you're squeamish or anything, definitely don't watch it. Oh, female detective show. Is it on TV or Netflix? Because sometimes we get, well, sometimes I watch like the show, because like the VPN is really good because you can, go into German Netflix or whatever and you can watch from there. Oh, is she? I didn't know that Catherine Jodie Foster's in the next season of Detective. Mm. Always feel like the summer, like it just. I know that it's because you're supposed to be like outside and things, but there's not really that many. All the shows go on break, or like shows are filming. So I'm trying to think. There's not. I can't really think of anything that's coming out in like the next month. And oh my god, even when I was doing the lesbian news, and then I was doing like the new releases, there just really isn't that much, and especially it's Pride month, there really isn't a lot out. But I don't know. I think that there's going to be a Pride here again because last year was the first one. We were supposed to have one, obviously 2020, but it didn't happen. But um, because the bike thing is on right now, it's just like all all that goes on because there's like 20,000 people that come to the island for this bike thing. And the island only has 80,000 people on it, so it's quite a lot of people. And it's oh, the pole, yeah. Forgot about it. Thanks for reminding me. Whoa, with a resounding 48%. Whoa, Helena is the winner. Oh my gosh, yes, Robin. I have already asked my sister to get me one of those sweatshirts. My sister literally like flew home. She lives in Oregon, and she only got home, like, last night, and I was like, "Go to Target and get me this sweatshirt." And my sister, it's my youngest sister, like, all her closest friends are all lesbians. She's, like, the token straight, and, she really likes Buffy, and she likes, she's seen the L Word too, and I sent her the picture of Laurel in the sweater, and she's like she was like, just like, "You and these lesbians." But yeah, when my sister was over, when we were in England my sister from America met me in England to see my other sister, and when we were at the races, we were, like, talking, and I was telling her husband because he was asking about the channel, and I was telling him about the lesbian news, and I was like, "Yeah, like, G does the weather," and he was like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, yeah." And so I was showing my sister, and I showed it to her where, like, just a little bit in the thing where I'm like, "Before the rest of our stories," and my sister was, like, crying. She's like, "It's just at the end when you're like, 'Thanks, G.'" Oh, it does crack me up. Oh, yeah, I should send a screenshot to let me take a picture. Um, oh, Sonia, you had your knee replacement. Oh gosh, I bet you're sore, but at least it's done now. Sending you strength. Oh, Pride Oreos and Pride socks. I would like some of those. Oh, I love Oreos. Claire has watched I was with both of them today and I was joking. I was like, "When are you coming back on the channel?" But yeah, Claire, I think she's finished. I think she's on season 2 now. Oh, the Jubilee. Yeah, this is what my cup is. Da-da-da, da-da. Um, I got I got this cup. I got some tea towels. What else I got? I got candle. I got a big Union Jack pillow from Marks and Spencer's for my bed. And I got something else too. But yeah, I was watching some of the Jubilee stuff, and the I always think it's like the kid, like, because you don't really see their kids a lot. They were cute, but I was really surprised that the Queen was on, like, the balcony on Thursday, and then she didn't go to something on the Friday, and it's very, very, very unusual that the Queen wouldn't go to something, like, especially something really huge like that. So oh, yeah, September, when the morning show was on, if you go on my channel, like, if you go in playlists, you'll see, like, a morning show playlist, and the second season, I reviewed all the episodes apart from the last one. Miss G's okay about the cup because I don't think she knows what a dog is. She, she's very much just treated like a baby. Because I don't think she's ever seen a dog. Maybe out the window, but yeah, I don't think she has. Um, I posted in my stories yesterday because G was having like this staring contest with this neighborhood cat, and there's a couple of cats around here. And because before we always like when we lived in New York, New Jersey, we lived on an apartment complex, and then where I lived, like when I started my channel, you guys remember that apartment. That was on like a it was high up too, like it wasn't on the ground floor. So this is the first time there's ever been like cats able to like come up to the window. And when these cats come up, they like stare in the window, and G comes over and she like hides behind me. But she's having her operation a week on Tuesday, so gonna be a nervous wreck that day. Oh, Rachel Shelley, who plays Helena. But yeah, I got G a water fountain, this cat water fountain, and she's scared of it. I tried to like bring her up to it and I was like, "It's okay, G, come on." And I was like touching it and she still wasn't interested. So she's not very interested in it. And I can't remember what else I was because I think since oh thanks, Beth. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna go on this season with people coming back, like, if anyone will. I mean, it sounds as though right now, like, the one of the best chances is probably Rose Rollins because, she sounds like she would be openish to coming back, and it seems as though, like, Kate and Leisha are at least in decent contact with her because, I mean, we know that they've said, like, they're not gonna bring Sarah Shahi back. Um, and then I don't know what's going on with, Rachel Shelley and, like, I know she's in over here in the UK, but it just seems crazy, like, I mean, season 2 as well, like, it seems crazy that they had the entire season 2 and no one from the OG came back, but at the same time, like, that could be blamed on COVID because they did talk about how when they brought Rosanna Arquette back, like, I feel like that spot was open for anybody they could have slotted in, and maybe they just couldn't make it work with what was going on with COVID and all that stuff at the time. So, yeah, usually they're like right now they're back at filming. This week will be everybody's first day pretty much, and they'll film till like November because generally each episode takes about 3 to 4 weeks to film. The only reason that I'm a bit like is because I'm not sure how strict they're being with the COVID protocols because last season, obviously, they would have been finished way, way, way sooner than they were, but it's because of the way they had to film that added, like I think it added, like, 2 or 3 extra months on to their filming schedule because of all the protocols and, they had a couple of times that they had to close down the set, when episode 8 was filming, the one with Alice's book launch, there was, there was one week when they were filming that scene where, Alice, Bet, and Shane, like, hug before when, they're backstage at Alice's launch. They were supposed to be finished that filming on, like, a Wednesday, and then when they all went home on the Tuesday. Oh no, they're supposed to finish on Thursday, and when they went home on the Wednesday, they had like a, you know, not outbreak, but like they had like a scare, and so they had to send everyone home, and then they had to like wait it out, and then on the Monday they had to come back. So like there was a few times that happened, and that obviously adds on, like extra days and extra week, and yeah, they finished filming in it's like the end of April, beginning of May, but they would have been finished like way, way before that if it wasn't for all the COVID stuff. Yeah, the only mention of Helena was in the episode LA Times, season 1, episode 4, when it's Shane's birthday and when she's like getting the text messages, you see like Tina and Helena. Um oh yeah, so yeah, it's really not that long until Laurel show in July. So yeah, I know people, like a lot of people have asked me before about like, oh, how could she do it in film? But they'll have worked that into the schedule. It's she just won't be filming those days because she's not going to be in every episode. So um they'll just work around her schedule. It just depends, like how many, she'll probably be there a couple of days before for the installation and all that stuff. But I have the group, like, you know, isn't very active because obviously, like, we're not gonna be active until a few days or maybe like a week before. But if anyone's going to Laurel's show, I know because I'm sure there's some people that are going by themselves, and I would never want anyone to be like by themselves and lost, or by themselves and just like want to hang out with people or whatever. So I I'm going, and I'm I don't get in. I get on the Tuesday, but there's only one flight from the island that day, and the flight's like quite late, so I won't get in on the Tuesday until like 11 o'clock, probably, or like half 10, 11. But the Wednesday, and then I don't go back till the Thursday evening. So the Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to be there, and obviously there's going to be like a little time that I'm at the show, but the Wednesday night, like anyone who wants to come to dinner, who's one of my subscribers, love to take you guys to dinner, hang out in the, even just like, in the bar or lobby or whatever of the hotel, or go to restaurant, bar, anything. So anyone is absolutely welcome who wants to come. It's just going to be, casual, and we can just chat about season 3 in person. But it's, yeah, we'll just hang out in the as well. Actually, it'll be nice weather, so we could even go and find a nice bar or restaurant and sit outside or something. So anyone who wants to come, more than happy to have you. And I think it'd be cool to meet some people, in real life. I know that Tammy's definitely going to be there, so I'm excited to see you guys. And because I'm sure, like, the show will only be like a few hours, so hopefully the weather's really good, and it's a good location too. There's stuff around there, and if anybody needs like help with, where because I know some people are coming in from the US and stuff, so if you need like help with like should you get the Gatwick Express or, trains or the underground or anything like that, let me know. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited to meet some of you guys. It'll be good. And then in September, I definitely wanna go on vacation, and I really, really, really would like to go to LA in September, but I don't know whether it's 'cause it's either I'll go to LA or I'll go to Florida, and I know there's quite a lot of, subscribers in Florida, so I would like, one day that I'm there, like, dinner or something like that, but, I really do wanna go to LA and go because Chris and Jess and I were talking about it the other day, and we're like, "Oh, if we go and, go to the real Dana's and record an episode of Drinks at Dana's." Oh, yeah, I'll take some good pictures. I definitely have to take a picture of, any of the subscribers that come. We can get a good picture outside outside the show or something. It'll be fun. It'll be like it'll be perfect weather then too in July. It's always really nice, and it's always a bit warmer in London than here because my island's, like, a little bit further north, so it'll be good. And, yeah, I don't think I have mm Oh, hello. Go for a snack. Yeah, I think, that's pretty much my plan. Because May, I was literally, like, not here in May at all. I had one weekend that I was here, but I had so many things to go to, so actually, weirdly, I, the first the f when I went last week to my sister's, I went on the boat on Wednesday, and I never, ever, ever get sick, like, ever, and I got really, really, really sick, and for the first, like, 26 hours that I was in England, I was just so, so, so ill, like, I couldn't even sleep because I was so ill, and it was awful, so there was, like, a weird bug going around or something. Rosie has to No, I thought she had a wife, that her wife her wife's, like, blonde, I thought. 'Cause I remember when she was on The View, she had her wife, Kelly Carpenter, but oh oh, hello. Are you coming to say hi? Hi. Oh, gee, what were you eating? You've got a big belly. Oh, yeah, it's flying everywhere, G. She is obsessed with, or maybe she doesn't have a oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah, yeah, she does have a new girlfriend, it looks like. Oh, I thought I for some reason thought she was married to that previous girlfriend. Oh, their engagement broke up. Oh, oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I don't Jeez, hair, it's everywhere. I, no, your treat is she has, like, a little kitty ice cream that I gave her before, but it's all done now. It's all done. Too many kitty treats. I know you're just a tiny woman, though. She is thank you very much. That's mommy's. Um, she is obsessed because, like, this is obviously where I sit when I do my work, and she just will come and sit, literally, like, lie across here, and, like, I have my hand on the mouse like that, and she just lies, and so, like, I can only move my hand like this on the mouse, and she just, like, sleeps, like, on my arm when I'm, like, typing. What are you doing? You showing off? Are you saying hi to everyone? Hi, guys. Gee, you can't sit on that. Gee, you're on the keyboard. Oh, gee. You wanna sit there? She just had her brush and her nails clipped and everything today, didn't you? And your brush. My cousin, who's a vet, got her this brush called the Furinator. It's really good. And she got her teeth brushed and everything. But gee, I can't see what everyone's saying because your bum's in the way. Yeah, you cheeky girl. Cheeky girl. She's so tiny, but she's she has no idea what's ahead of her with her operation. Gee, you being a cheeky naughty girl. Oh my gosh, she is obsessed though. It's the funniest thing. When I'm editing videos, she literally sits with her face like not even a centimeter away from the screen because when I'm when you're editing videos like and you're playing it to see it's going the bar like moves like this across like the roll of or roll of like the tape and oh my gosh like literally yesterday when I was editing the video I put on my second channel, if you haven't watched it yet go check it out, and she every minute 30 seconds she's like boom 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 on the computer trying to catch it. At one stage I was like, gee, you're gonna knock the computer over. Like she's so obsessed with it. It's just like anytime I'm editing she's like in there like, "Oh, I'm gonna get this." Oh, yeah, she's camera operator, boom mic holder. Miss G's actually the, brains behind this whole operation here. Yeah, the Furinator, it's good because 'cause G's got quite a thick coat because, um, I found well she was, like, living in, like, a stable when she was a baby with her mom and her sister, and they were living in, like, this, it was like a guinea pig hutch or something. It was, it looked like a hamster cage or something. She's got her face against the screen. Um, and she was really, really tiny, but because she's from this part of the Isle of Man, it's called Foxdale, and it's, like, a joke of, it's a lot of like mountain people. And it's really, really, really cold there. So I think that she started getting a little fur coat when she was a baby there, but she got rescued and lives the high life now. Well, I think Miss G and I will wrap up unless there's anything else that anyone wants to bring up. Chat about. So I'm really excited to see what is going on with season 3, what's going on with basically everything. It's going to be an interesting couple of months seeing what we can possibly uncover with our detective hats on and also speculate wildly about what um, we can find out. Nothing, nothing that was confirmed. I heard a bunch of rumors, but I'm not sure if they're true. So about Eileen and Law and Order. But yeah, make sure that you're following me on Instagram if you want to stay up to date with all the filming stuff, because I do post a lot of stuff over there. And then, I'll do a video summing everything up, because I'm probably just going to do exactly what I did for season 2 filming. And that was, you know, every couple of it depends. If it was like big news, or there was a lot of things that happened at once, like in a week, I would do a video and like put all the information in it. But if it's a ton of little stuff, I'll like wait until like I have quite a lot of it, and then do a video with like everything contained in it, so that, it's not just like. But if there's like smaller videos, like I did that video when Rosie confirmed that she was going to be in season 3, and it was just a short video, like I think it was only a couple of minutes long, but it did quite good. So maybe people prefer like those little short videos rather than a long one putting everything in. So if you have any preference, let me know. If there's anything else you'd like to see, let me know, because there's not a ton of women loving women stuff on at the moment. I really think that I'm gonna over Pride watch some either original L Word episodes and like review them, or watch some season 2 ones. I think it'd be interesting to see the season 2 ones and talk about the difference between like watching them not having seen the whole season or not. I want to show you this picture before I go, because I just took it of G. She is like literally staring at me in the computer. I wonder if I can get it up to show you. Oh, I can just show you quickly like this. She's like this. Oh gosh, gee, you crack me up. Oh, thanks so much, Robin. Yeah, if anybody is looking for something to watch, I my second channel is called Coffee and Cults, and I put a new video up yesterday that was called Profiting from Predators, the Cult of TLC. And it's all about all the criminals that TLC has running around on the channel. And I'm working on a video at the moment that, well, I just started working on it. Well, I did the research already. But I did a poll on my second channel asking like what people wanted to see. There was a bunch of options, and I'm doing one on all the scams that the Kardashians did or have done, and then I'm going to do one on Goop too. So if there's anything else that you want to see on this channel or that channel, let me know. And as always, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming to the live. I hope to see you back here. Next week will be Saturday again, because I have something on Monday. But then the week after, it'll switch back to Monday. So next week, Saturday, and then Monday. Yes, it's somebody, lots of people have told me about the NCIS one. And someone today, one of my viewers sent me a playlist with like all of them on it. So I'm going to watch that one. So I will do a video like either way if I like it, or I'm sure I will, talking about them. So look out for that too. Oh, thank you, Sonia. I hope that you're feeling better with your knee, Sonia. And lots of love to everyone. Miss G and I love you very much. Hope that everyone's doing good, has a good weekend. And I'll see you back here next Saturday. And thank you to everyone watching on replay. My Instagram and everything is linked in the description box. And have a good rest of your weekend. We love you. G, you gonna say bye? You gonna say bye to everyone? Bye bye. Oh, you sleepy? Okay. Bye, guys. We love you.